What about the Tea Party caucus? Is the deal enough for them? Joining us is Tea Party favorite Republican Representative Noem of South Dakota. Nice to see you.
Good to see you, too.
So you're one of the members of the Republican GOP, the freshmen, who have been sort of the catalyst behind much of this. Are you satisfied tonight with this?
Well, you know, just like everybody else who sat here tonight with you, it's hard to make a lot of judgments until you actually see the details. But, you know, it looks good. It looks like it has the same components in it that Cap and Balance had. And you know that our conference was firmly behind that plan. So hopefully it's enough to get this done and make sure that we avoid this crisis that's coming.
Has this fight been worth it for the? I mean, like a lot of the Tea Party caucus has been criticized as being, you know, the ones who are somehow, causing trouble or, interfering. Has it been worth it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you look at our history as a country and how often we've raised the debt ceiling with no conditions. We've done it just a clean debt ceiling over and over and over again, and then we got sent here with a referendum from the people in this country that said, go there and change things. Go there and make a difference. And on this vote, we'll make a difference.
Do you have a sense that other freshman GOP in the House are satisfied, to the extent where you know the details, and to the extent that you can, quote, be satisfied when you don't get everything you want?
No, I mean, this is a tough deal, because we all campaigned last year recognizing that this crisis is coming. Everybody talks about doing this at the last minute. Well, we've talked about it for a year and a half, and we firmly believe that this battle is why we were sent here. So then to come down at the end of the day and you envision that you're going to be able to get a whole package that you've wanted for months, and then to get part of that is tough. We have to decide in each of our minds and in our hearts if it's going to be enough to truly start that path down the right track.
What do you think you didn't get that you wanted? From what, I mean, again, we're all like working off PowerPoints, but what don't you think you got?
Well, you know, I think that everybody would have liked to see more substantial cuts. You know, truly, especially in the first year or two, they look to be small numbers. You know, in the other bills, I haven't seen the details in this bill, but in the other bills, it was about $22 billion this year into the next year. So I'm guessing that those aren't going to be huge numbers that will blow our minds. So we probably would like to see more than that. The balanced budget amendment sent to the states would be great. You know, at home, overwhelmingly, people support that. That makes common sense. Why would you not say that it's a priority to balance your budget? So, you know, that's something that a lot of us care deeply about.
And you learned about the deal with President Obama talking. Is that how you learned about it?
Well, you know, that's the thing that's always a bugger, because you sit there as a new member of Congress and you're always amazed that you're seeing all the details on the news play out before you have your Republican conference call. So, you know, when we had our conference call, I think it had already been on the media for about a half hour. So, you know, that's frustrating, because you'd like to think you would hear some of those details first, and that's one of those things that we need to fix up here. We'll keep working at it.
I think Senator Johnson was just down here from my home state of Wisconsin. I think he has referred to the whole process as disgusting because of, you know, so few get to participate in the actual deal making, and it's done behind closed doors. And I suppose in part because if you have a lot of people in the room, it's harder to get a deal. But
well, you know, I think he's probably speaking very truly from his Senate experience, where in the House this year it's totally different. I mean, this is a much more open process than the House has experienced for years. So our Speaker has let bills come to the floor, open amendment process. We've offered hundreds of amendments. There is no earmarks to try to get votes anymore like there used to be in the past. There was nobody kicked off their committees or chairmanships taken away to get votes this time. It truly was, this is the policy, what do you think is right, now let's see if we can round up the votes. So that's a much better process than we've experienced in the last several years.
Think taxes are going up for many Americans, at least some of the wealthy Americans, because that certainly is a hot button item for you.
The president keeps talking about that, but from what I understand, this bill doesn't have it in it, and none of the Republicans in the House that I know of are endorsing that. So we're going to fight to make sure that doesn't happen.
Well, we'll be watching to see what happens. It'll be an interesting next couple of days. Always nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you too.
Coming up, the stock market has the jitters. What about your wallet and your future? We asked Neil Cavuto. He goes on the record. That's next. Also, Congressman